All right, so earlier today, after passing the American Health Care Act, House Republicans, they joined the president in the Rose Garden at the White House to celebrate. Finally, we're celebrating. Watch this.
This is a great plan. I actually think it will get even better. And this is, make no mistake, this is a repeal and a replace of Obamacare. Make no mistake about it. Yes, premiums will be coming down. Yes, deductibles will be coming down. But very importantly, it's a great plan. And ultimately, that's what it's all about. We knew that wasn't going to work. I predicted it a long time ago. I said it's failing. And now it's obvious that it's failing. It's dead. It's essentially dead. If we don't pay lots of ransom money over to the insurance companies, it would die immediately. So what we have is something very, very incredibly well crafted.
This is a good start, a major step forward in the effort to rid you, the American people, of the disaster that we know as Obamacare. Now, let's be honest. The bill that passed today in the House, it's not perfect. Unfortunately, sadly, there are dozens of Republicans who really didn't want to repeal and replace Obamacare, these moderate Republicans, even though some of them even campaigned on this promise for 7 years. That's the reality that House conservatives were dealt and the president was dealt. Now, these are also some major parliamentary hurdles that they had to deal with in the Senate that they have to clear. Budget reconciliation is being used, the Byrd rule. Chuck Schumer already talking about using parts of these parliamentary maneuvers to kill the bill. But what is being put forward today by the president and House Republicans is so much better than what we now see as a disaster, what is Obamacare today, a complete and utter failure, collapsing before your very eyes. I'll have more on that in a second. Now, I want to make this point first because it's very important. Democrats, the Destroy Trump media, alt-radical left, they will do everything they can do to stop this bill from ever reaching the president's desk. This fight is not over. It's very important, now more than ever, that Republicans begin to come together. As I've been saying from the beginning, build consensus. They need to show you, the American people, they are ready to lead and fix America's broken health care system because Obamacare is in a death spiral. It's a disaster. Now, Democrats, they're going to go deep down in the gutter. They will deploy every insane, irrational scare tactic to misrepresent what is actually in the bill. For example, this is a riot. Take a look at some of the insanity and the things that Democrats said to the lead-up in today's House vote.
This will cost American lives if it ever becomes law. This will mean death, pain, and suffering to people's families.
Really a stupid bill. It is a bill of deconstruction of government. From the beginning, Trump Care was a moral monstrosity that will devastate seniors, children, and hardworking Americans.
This crushing age tax will fall on some of the most vulnerable members of our society.
Tens of millions of Americans who are living with pre-existing conditions will be screwed.
Instead of this cruel bill, let's come together to improve health care, not take health insurance away from millions just to give tax credits to the wealthiest. We're better than that.
Let's put this bill in a coffin, not Americans. Let's kill and bury this bill. Thank you.
Kill, murder, slander. Republicans are racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic. They want dirty air and water. Now, if this isn't enough, yes, Senator Bernie Sanders, he tweeted this. Donald Trump, Republicans just celebrated voting to let thousands of Americans die. Why? So billionaires get tax breaks. Now, think about that. And earlier today, after Obamacare-loving Democrats suffered the stinging defeat, this was my favorite moment of the day. They took to the House floor and they taunted Republicans, and I actually enjoyed it. Watch this.
1944, a bill to enhance sanctions with respect to transactions related to North Korea and for other purposes.
All right, so sore losers, every one of them. Basically, all those Democrats, they actually still believe the great lie, and it is a great lie. You keep your doctor, you keep your plan, and you'll save, on average, per family, $2,500 per year. Now, you can bet those type of tactics, this is only the beginning. I warn you, so Republicans, you need to show backbone. You better be ready to fight and defend yourselves, because if you don't, the American people, sadly, will continue to suffer under the crushing failure of Obamacare. Now, here's why it's so critically important that Republicans act and finish this. Now, take a look at the headlines just this week. NBC News, Aetna to exit Obamacare in Virginia, citing $200 million possible loss. Now look at this, USA Today, Iowa may be without individual health plans if insurer pulls out. And by the way, those are just a couple of the countless examples that Obamacare is in this death spiral. I think Mike Pence said today, the vice president, 94 out of 96 or 98 counties will have no options in Iowa next year. Now, here's why Obamacare's entire foundation was based on lies. Remember this, because this is important. Every time the president said this, you remember? It's probably etched in your memory.
No matter how we reform health care, we will keep this promise to the American people. If you like your doctor, you will be able to keep your doctor, period. If you like your health care plan, you will be able to keep your health care plan, period. If you like your doctor, you can keep your doctor. If you like your health care plan, you can keep your health care plan. There's no doubt that we must preserve what's best about our health care system, and that means allowing Americans who like their doctors and their health care plans to keep them. If you've got health insurance, you like your doctor, you like your plan, you can keep your doctor, you can keep your plan. Nobody is talking about taking that away from you.
The great lie in political history, and by the way, all those Democrats, they all repeated that lie. Here's the reality. Millions of Americans lost their doctors. Millions lost their plans. No American family was saving $2,500 per family per year as the president promised you, the American people. Big surprise. The exact opposite happened. In fact, according to the Kaiser Family Foundation, since 2008, premiums for the average family skyrocketed 43%, increasing for the average family $5,400 since implemented. That doesn't even include this year. And this year alone, Obamacare premiums spiked by 25% on average. By the way, poor people that live in Arizona suffering a staggering increase, 116% this year alone. Deductibles for a family jumped by 15% this year alone to almost $7,500. And right now, in almost a third, imagine this, in a third of all U.S. counties, there is only one health care insurer to choose from. President Obama, all those Democrats, they promised a free market system. They lied to you. It's the great lie, and they failed miserably. So now Republicans, they're stepping in to fix Obama and the Democrats' mess. They're now offering a plan that is actually based on free market principles that will actually lower costs. And the CBO projects premiums for the average American will actually, get this, go down under the Republican plan instead of rising by 25% like they did under Obamacare this year. You American people, all of you out there, you deserve to have the flexibility, choose the type of plan that best suits your needs instead of big government mandates that dictate the kind of care you can buy. It gets rid of over $1 trillion in taxes, $1 trillion, reduces the deficit. If I was down in Washington today, it's not the perfect bill. If I was serving in Congress, I would have voted yes. As the vice president said, this begins the process of undoing the death spiral of Obamacare.